Oh, my God. This is going to be fun this morning. Whoo, whoo, whoo.
Well, yeah, because we have Raylene with us this morning.
Lori Shepard.
That won't help you any.
Lori Shepard is, and I screwed up your thing the other day. I don't know, what did I call you? The President of the United States or something?
You did.
What
Not
was
yet.
that?
Not yet. Athletic director.
Athletic Director, Spalding High School.
Derek Cipriano, AD, and you're going to get him on this show, too.
Did Derek see you on last time that you were on?
I don't know if he did.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if he did. Ring the bell on that one because I don't know.
Derek.
Right.
I will hit him up, but we got to get him on the show. We got to start talking local high school athletics too.
Oh, absolutely.
It has
we
to
agree.
There's a lot going on.
We've talked about
And there's
making
no
sure
one,
that can happen.
There's no one who knows less than Raylene.
No, except for you.
Next to me, yes.
Yeah.
One of her good friends is the head coach, so she totally knows what's going on with Spalding girls basketball.
Oh no, what? I actually No, I shouldn't say. Oh no, I do consider her a friend, but I have not like seen Tanya in a long time. I just know that that's what she does. I follow it like closely. I know. I always make sure that I know where her games are, what she's doing, how the girls did or whatever, so that I can post it. I know that she does it when people start talking. I give her shouts out, of course, because I know her.
Like her agent.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
I just think she's a really good shit, and she is. I just I've always thought a lot of her. Like I said, she babysat my kids. We went to school together. I think she actually is younger than me. Oh my gosh, Dick Wobby, he's just cracking me up already
Dick
out
Wobby?
of the gate.
Have you ever experienced Dick Wobby on the podcast?
No.
Buckle
Can you
up.
let me do it one time? But
Yeah.
I won't get a word in edgewise. I know I
Oh,
won't.
no, you will.
I will?
Oh, no, you
Yeah.
will. You will. We'll make sure of it.
Okay.
He's been in here a few times. Holy crap.
I
Talk
wish I
about-
had half his energy.
Talk about somebody
know,
who just
I know.
takes the wheel.
Yep. Yep.
I might as well just get up and go get in my
Yes,
car and
you-
go for a drive somewhere.
Give him your headset.
He wouldn't even know I'm gone. Guy's crazy. And we love him.
So,
but anyway.
anyways, we are just. That's how I know Tanya. She babysat my kids. I believe actually she's younger than me. I think that she graduated my sister. So I'll be 51 in March.
Oh, no, she's fine with saying the
So I
number.
think she's not. She's going to be 50.
Tanya
I
just
think.
turned 50. No, she turned
She
50
just turned
last
50.
year. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you guys are the same age. She's
Yeah.
gonna kick my tail for not knowing.
Another 10 years, I'll be there.
But she's just a good person.
She's
and then
a good person, yeah.
and then I just told the two of you off air that when I saw the ad for the Wienermobile coming to town, and every time I see the ad, I always think of Sue Duke and what she was to basketball when I was in high school, which was huge. I mean, huge. And she and Tanya were good friends. Tanya played. Tanya was a great player. And Sue drove the Wienermobile.
She did.
And you know
country.
that we're trying to work on getting the Wienermobile to stop here at the studio.
We
And
tried last year.
Right. And this year it's getting closer to being a real thing. How cool would it be if you came and Sue came and Tanya came the day that we had the Wienermobile?
And then you know what else we can do? We're going to put Sue Duke in the middle of the street. We're going to shut the traffic down. That girl could play basketball and softball like it's nobody's business. Suffered some knee injuries, ACL injuries at UVM. Still would play women's league softball. I watched her up in Newport one year, not even using her legs, just upper body strength, almost hit it out of the park. She's going to hit it from here to Williamstown.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
This is cool.
Amazing.
We have to tell the Wiener people, Oscar Mayer, that
We have some all-stars here waiting
Yes.
for them at the studio.
yeah,
Some
we have a
famous,
former driver.
Exactly.
Come on.
She's got to be on the Wiener Hall of Fame.
Right, that's right.
She has
We
to be
have-
on the Oscar
we
Mayer.
have famous people that are going to be here at the studio.
We're going to send the link to this show to the Oscar Mayer people.
All right.
Yes,
I,
We're gonna
I'm,
tell
I'm
them.
with you.
We need that Wienermobile parked right outside the studio here.
We'll get
this
Sue
summer.
Duke and Tanya McCauley in here.
And Tanya says
Absolutely.
that she'll be here, and she'll get Sue Duke, too.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
But that's seriously, every time I see that advertised, that's all I can think of is
Tanya's
Sue.
commenting already.
Yeah.
So what is Tanya? One of these listeners that only watches and listens when Lori Shepard's on? Is that what the deal
No,
is?
she
here?
actually pays attention to us other times, but this is
Seriously?
pretty important to her. This is Tanya's life, like literally. And she has been fortunate enough to coach her kids.
Yep. She's had Coach Sage for the last 4 years.
I mean,
Tanya, we're on every morning at 9 o'clock live right here.
You
on
know
our
what she's
Facebook.
doing
you don't
right
just
now,
listen
though?
when Shep is on. Come on.
She's well, she is, but she's also watching tape of People's Academy because that's where we're traveling to tonight. And our practice got canceled last night due to the weather.
Oh.
So we're both a little nervous. Don't have the prep time at practice to get ready. So she texts me at about 7:30. The text was this long, Raylene. I'm not kidding you, this long. And it broke down everything about People's. It was amazing. And so we've been going back and forth. So that girl's a nervous wreck right now. I love coaching with her. Yeah. She's the only one that could get me to come out of retirement because I had done my coaching for 15 years. I was good. When she said, I'm going to apply for the Spalding job, will you join me on the sidelines? Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. And we are having the time of our lives.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It's all for the love of the game with her.
Absolutely.
Like
100%.
Yeah.
We're going to check in with Chris Autry here in just a little bit, talk about weekend football, of course. But aired out this morning, just one of, I don't know how many sponsors we've got now, Raylene. It was 25, 28, something like that.
We're bringing on a new one.
Yes,
next
we are.
Week too. A couple.
A couple of new ones.
Stay tuned.
But Giroux General Transport in Barrie, well aware of how much we need CDL drivers right now across the country. And that's why their Class A and B CDL classes have been full for months now. You can reserve your spot. I think that February 6th class is full, just full. But if you're thinking about being a driver, locally or otherwise, this summer, the time to get on this is right now. Get in touch with Tracy, 802-279-3325. Of course, you can find out the everything you need to know on Facebook at Giroux General Transport. You're wearing a Steelers jersey this morning in honor of
Chris Autry. 100%.
Yeah.
I meant to wear it the last time I was here on MLK Day, and I didn't.
Yeah. How many Steelers jerseys do you have? Just one?
2.
You have 2.
I have an away and a home jersey. I am a diehard Dolphin fan first, but I have a home and away one. He's going to be thrown off by this one because it's Deuce Staley, who really didn't play a ton of years for the Pittsburgh Steelers. My other one is Ben Roethlisberger, who was definitely the Hall of Fame quarterback after Terry Bradshaw. But just for Autry, I had to go with this one today. It stands out a lot better than the home jersey does.
Well, he's going to be so excited.
We're trying him this morning. He's down in North Carolina.
Bet it's a little warmer down there, huh?
Like a big.
Good morning.
Like a big pansy, he had to go somewhere where it's warmer. Where he could handle.
Oh my gosh!
Handle the climate. He couldn't handle the cold up. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, I heard all that, man.
Hey, listen, I know that you're on the phone right now. You can't see Shep, but I hope you go back and watch this because she's wearing what now, Shep?
Well, Chris, don't hold this against me. It's a Deuce Staley Pittsburgh Steeler jersey, but it's the away jersey I have. I have Ben Roethlisberger and the home jersey, but I wanted to wear this one because it popped out nicely, and I'm wearing it for you. I also brought Troy Polamalu to the studio with me.
Yes.
We got the Troy bobblehead.
I wish I had a shelf behind me to put him on, but yeah, he's loving it here.
You know what, Laura? You added a level of class to that studio today that was much needed.
And it otherwise isn't there.
It was much needed. Hey, I wanted to ask: is there a reason why Deering didn't come on today?
Scared.
Yeah. Well, I meant to ask him. Because he was wearing his Patriots hat last time, and I meant to ask him, did he get that from that 50 Cent Claw game at Twin City Lanes?
Oh.
I didn't know or not, but anyway.
That's a good one.
But anyway, I'm glad to be on with Lori again. So Lori, have you hugged all your Cowboy fans? Have you gave them a hug yet?
You know, I didn't even dare to check in with DJ Hardacre. I didn't dare. After that big win over Tampa, I honestly thought, Chris, they had gotten over the hump. I really thought they had. But
yeah.
And I got to give them credit. They were in that game with Dallas. I mean, with San Francisco.
Yeah.
But
Dak Prescott falls short again.
You just said it perfectly. That's why I said, but after further review, Dak Prescott did it again. Oops, he did it again.
I can't understand it.
I don't get it either.
It's almost like, as good as CD Lamb is, it's almost like they just flip a switch and they just can't make completions.
Chris, you are amazing, because as you're talking in my head, I'm going CD Lamb, because he zeroed in on him way too many times as well. There was one time he chucked it to Lamb down the middle of the field. I don't even know the receiver for the Cowboys to the left of Dak Prescott because he didn't go through his progressions. Guy was wide open. Whoever that third receiver was, wide open, but he was dialed in on Lamb, and Lamb was covered. CD Lamb was covered. I know CD Lamb's a phenomenal wide receiver, but there's other playmakers, and I think the difference in that game was when Tony Pollard got hurt.
Yeah. Well, Tony Pollard's been the difference maker all season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, again, you got another player who falls short, and that's Zeke. And I don't, Zeke kind of his career has kind of hit a stalemate. Like
yes.
It's just it kind of got stunted after that first year. And I don't know if it's because of injuries. I don't know if he's timid from those injuries. I don't know what it is. I cannot pinpoint it. But for some reason, his career has just plateaued.
You know what Deering and I call it? We call it the shelf life of a running back. And we think that Zeke has met that. I think he's on his expiration date.
And they said last time they were on the air that what were the words, the disrespectful words you used, out to pasture?
Well, they have a shelf life.
My God, that is, why?
Yep.
This is a human being, Chris.
Help me out here, Autry. Help me out.
Creation from God. And how would we be so disrespectful to say that another human being needs to go out to pasture?
The same way that your bunny rabbits need to go out to pasture. Right? Another created being from God that you want to get rid of.
Listen,
not by giving it away.
For the record, and I think we all know this, that it was really Shep and DJ Hardacre that I think were the only two Dallas fans that were cheering for Dallas in that last weekend.
Oh, boy.
Chris, I mean, it's true.
Yeah, I got to tell you, man, as much as I can't stand Dallas, my heart goes out to them. 27 years, Lori?
Yeah.
They just choked 27 years. And, I mean, to some extent, the Jaguars are better than Dallas. And I tend to think Jacksonville could have beat Dallas, but nonetheless, they didn't play each other. But Dallas is so all their fans are just living in misery. They're just
DJ chiming in.
Yeah. I just feel.
And listen, and I know DJ's too afraid to show up here. But listen, Lori, both of my knees, my meniscus are shot, both legs. I think I could kick the football better than the Dallas kicker.
Maher.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't understand that. In all my years, and I've watched football probably most of my life, it was always on growing up. That was what we did on Sunday. We went to church. We had a big breakfast. Football was on. I've never, ever seen, and I'm not kidding, I've seen an extra point missed. But 4 of them
Well, technically it was 5 because it was the game before that.
Yeah, and then the San Francisco game, he was blocked on the first touchdown. It was a block. But I don't think that one, if it wasn't blocked, I don't think that was going through the uprights either. So, yeah.
He's got the yips. I think he, listen, it's like anything else in life. You do something successful for so long, and then you have one bad moment. And that bad moment turns to a string of bad moments that you got to get out of mentally. And I think that's what's happened to him.
Do you remember Chuck Knobloch? We're talking baseball now.
Yeah.
Remember
base and he couldn't throw?
He couldn't throw it from second base to first base.
Yeah.
And that's from here to your desk. Right?
Nerved up.
And then it just, because I tell you what, 85% of sports is right here.
Right in the head.
And he couldn't throw it to first anymore. He's a professional athlete, and he couldn't throw it to first anymore. So a lot of people where I work were calling it the Chuck Knobloch syndrome when Mayer couldn't kick that extra point. I'm like, because it's all mental at that point.
Yeah.
Boy, go ahead, Autry.
I played church league basketball, and both my knees are shot, and I'm old, and it looks like it. And when I play. And I used to be able to do things when I was a lot younger that I just can't do anymore. I was telling guys the other night, like I jumped up for a rebound and only one arm came up for the rebound. And I was like, on my left arm, come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Like nothing works. You know what I mean? But I it really is a mental game. It really is a game. And I just feel like the poor guy, man, I'm kind of glad his season's over. Hopefully in the offseason he can regroup and because he was good for him a bulk of the year. So
he was wonderful for most of the year.
Yeah.
Getting into the NFC Championship in Philadelphia is going to put the hole in the wallets of a few Eagles fans, isn't it? Though, my God, the $2,500 for the average ticket price.
Is that what it is?
Yes. Yes.
Man.
Wow.
$2,500.
Well, is Jared out sending us to the NFC Championship game?
Well, we might be working on a promotion to do that at some point.
Yeah,
but according to Ticket IQ, $2,500. That's the average ticket price.
Wow.
The most expensive conference championship game that they have tracked, beating last year's matchup between the 49ers and the Rams, which was about $1,500 per ticket. So,
wow,
man. You better open your wallet.
That's insane.
And that's the average price. Average price.
So they're probably in nosebleed heaven with those.
Watch it on the couch. Eat your own damn food. Sit in your underwear.
Yep, exactly.
And put your slippers on.
Eat chicken wings and drink beer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get Raylene to go to city council for us. Michael Deering to get us some city money and send us to Philly, and Lori and I will cover the game for you for free.
I will try my best for you, Chris. I will try.
You've got some money sitting around somewhere for this kind of stuff. So
some ARPA funds.
Yeah, sure.
AFC Championship game between the Chiefs and the Bengals. $1,200 for the average single ticket.
Oh, that's a deal. That's a deal right there, I guess. Yeah, right. That's a deal.
So tell us about what to expect this weekend. What are your picks? Autry, you go first.
Okay. I'm going NFC first. I'm really torn.
The pencil's sharpened, buddy.
He's ready.
I really like San Francisco. I'm going to pick San Francisco.
Okay.
Narrowly squeak it out over Philly. I think Purdy is playing excellent. He has just picked up this offense. He's made a few rookie mistakes here and there, but nothing monumental that could overcome. San Francisco defense, I think, is going to be the key to this game. I think they can shut down Jalen Hurts. I really want Jalen Hurts to get a ring. I love the guy. But I just think San Fran's defense is what's going to take this game. I think it's going to be close. I think you should probably expect a big game out of Bosa. I think San Fran's defense is what's gonna be key. I think Purdy's gonna get the ball within field goal range. They're gonna boot the field goal for the win. That's kind of my pick is San Fran.
What final score?
I think, gosh, 24-21.
Ooh, God, you're so close to mine.
Really?
Yep.
What is
she
your
wrote
score?
hers down already?
Tell us, Lori.
I have Philly 23-21. And I completely agree with you on all fronts. We're talking the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed. Records are almost identical, off by 1. It's going to be a game within the trenches. The defensive line for both clubs is off the charts. Offensive line off the charts as well. Purdy Magic could be the difference in the game because Autry, he does have some great weapons.
Yeah.
And getting McCaffrey halfway through the season, that's just not even fair. But you got Ayuk, you got George Kittle. Is he going to bounce another one off his fingertips, face mask? And that was the difference in the game against Dallas, was that catch he made. Yep. So here I'm going to just build up San Francisco. I'm just going to keep building them up. I think Kyle Shanahan is an offensive genius. They have the number 1 defense in the NFL. But I'm going to go with the home cooking in a slight edge. I just believe in Jalen Hurts. Miles Sanders is going to have a huge game. But I don't want to fall asleep on the Eagles' defense either. I think they're the 8th-ranked defense in the NFL. They're solid as well. I think A.J. Brown's going to have some big-time catches for Hurts to make this one come to fruition. But I'm going to go with a slight edge to the home cooking, 23-21.
It's definitely tough. I will say this. I think San Fran's defense is going to shut down A.J. Brown, but Donta Smith is going to be the difference maker.
Very, very good point. Very good point. As I start chirping about Brown, I can see Smith, and I'm going, yep, he's going to get some one-on-one, and he's the better deep threat as well. So you're right. Hurts could hit him out in the flat. Yep.
He really is.
I'm going to write that name down.
I think San Fran's got that slight edge on the defense, but
they do 100%.
Wow!
Like I said, City of Barry, send us to the game.
I'll give it a whirl.
What's on
just for you, Chris, because I love you.
What's on the menu? I want to know. My brother, who's a Steelers fan, I would say equal to Autry, tends to cook foods that come from the city of the opposing team, so that he can so that he can kill and cook, and then consume.
That's an amazing.
And then after consumption, poop it out. So Autry, what will be if you're cooking anything?
I know, right? I really don't.
What just said poop lob on air, y'all.
I did. What's on the menu at the Autry compound?
You know what? I think we're going out to eat.
That's a good answer.
I think we're going to, because Sunday is a busy day, and after church, the whole afternoon's booked. We're going to drop Sam off at youth group. Becca and I've said we're going out on a date, so I'm going to try to find somewhere with a TV so we can watch one of the games. That's my plan.
All right.
That sounds like the best date ever.
Exactly.
Chris.
It does.
I do Mexican food. I don't know yet.
I'm with you. Mexican food. Love it.
Yeah.
Lori?
Philly cheesesteaks. I'm going to go the opposite way.
Oh.
Really? So you're
all right. We're talking.
You eat the foods in tribute to.
Yes, in tribute. I'm going opposite. I really don't like Philly cheesesteaks. I'm just BSing right now.
Steak with cheese with or provolone?
You got to come up with something.
I know. I got to come up with something.
With provolone.
Provolone, yeah, provolone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Autry, is there really a difference in you're a Philly guy? Is there really a difference between a what do they call it? A cheesesteak, I think, is what you guys call it down there.
Right.
And a steak and cheese, which is what these dumb Yankees up here call it. We got it all wrong. Is that right?
I don't know, and I don't care. They're both good. You know what I mean? Like that's all that matters to me.
How can you go wrong?
Yeah.
Right.
No
Yeah,
matter.
steak. Listen, I one of the best steaks I ever had was a ribeye with what we call pimento cheese. It's mayonnaise and sharp cheddar cheese mixed together with pimento. It's amazing, and it comes out as a dish, solid ribeye with melted pimento cheese on it. Steak and cheese is like chocolate and peanut butter to me, man. Like you can't beat that. So I don't care if it's steak and cheese, however you call it, as long as it's steak and cheese, it sounds good to me.
What do you guys say about Patrick Mahomes? Says he's ready to go.
Hi.
What do you say?
I don't understand. If it's a high ankle sprain, I'm not a doctor, but I've been around sports long enough. A high ankle sprain is 3 to 4 weeks. So it's been 1 week. I know there's no structural damage. MRI showed no structural damage. I think he's as tough as they come. I think he's getting top care all week.
Yeah, he says he's pushing through the pain, and that it's not going to affect his performance.
We'll know that right off the bat, because that man can move right, left, up in the pocket. He's a magician. He really is, with a football in his hands. So we're going to know pretty quickly.
But is it risky for him to do this? Because could he, further injure and really screw himself by not taking the time?
I don't know.
What do you think, Audrey?
I don't know.
Here's what I think. I'm to meet the Chiefs. I got my door because my buddy here, and he's a diehard Chiefs anymore. But the only reason I'm picking them is because Cincinnati beat them earlier in the season, 27-24. They outscored them in the fourth. And then also because the ankle sprain. I don't think Mahomes is going to be the same. I know he's tough.
I agree.
But I don't think you can't throw off a high ankle sprain, and you can't run as well off a high ankle sprain. Cincinnati's defense is just studs. I mean, they're just studs. I'm looking. Burrow and Mahomes in the last game early in the season were pretty similar in stats. Burrow had 2 touchdowns. He had 1. But if you were to look at the full box score and just did a comparison between the two, the Cincinnati receiving edged them in receptions by about 60 yards. Their defense, man, is just team defense is what made the difference. I just don't think Kansas City is going to get past Cincinnati again this year. I think they're peaking at the right time. They're playing well, and when Mahomes injured, it's just I don't know, man. It's too much of a risk for me to put money on Kansas City in this game.
I 100% agree. I think we're using the same brain here. I don't think he can do any more damage because there's no structural damage. And he's going to have that thing taped. So, but it's going to take away from Mahomes and what he does. The guy can scramble out of a pocket. He's done things in the last 5 years that we've never seen a quarterback do in the NFL. We really haven't. He's got this softball shuffle pass thing he does. He has like a jump ball last weekend, and that's all pushing off on that ankle. And I agree with Chris. Cincinnati's defense is so underrated. Kansas City's offense, number 1. I don't know where Cincinnati's defense is ranked, but they're underrated. And I don't think Kansas City's defense is as good. And Joe Burrow is just on a different planet right now. Yeah. The name of the stadium in Kansas City is called Arrowhead. They're calling it Burrowhead. Oh. He is 3-0 against Pat Mahomes in their young careers. And I just think confidence is so key in sports. And Cincinnati is just on another level right now. Because if you look back at last weekend, in my head, after further review, why are the Buffalo Bills not here this weekend? Cincinnati had to go to Buffalo.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, Autry, but I was picking Buffalo to go to the Super Bowl from the AFC.
Yeah.
So I just think Cincinnati is on a different planet right now. I have him 31-28 over Kansas City.
Do you think he'll be the sexiest man on the planet, front cover of People magazine?
Mahomes or Burrow?
Mahomes.
No.
Really? With those blue eyes? Come on, Lori.
Yeah. I'd put Joe Burrow there instead
Really?
of Pat Mahomes. Oh,
right.
yeah.
Have you guys seen the commercial with Mahomes and the coach there, the Chiefs doing
Andy
the
Reid.
on the airplane drawing the mustaches?
I have seen it. It's
Autry, have you
wonderful.
seen that?
I have not seen that. Nor am I commenting on anybody who's the sexiest man.
Now, what's so what's our boy going to do? I can't remember his name. The Kansas City Chiefs fan that makes the barbecue there, Barry guy.
Oh, Toby White. You got to ask him, man. I haven't talked to Toby.
White.
Oh, okay.
I know he watches the game by himself at night.
Yeah.
And you
Wow.
can't call him during the game, and you can't call him before the game. You've got like there's some rituals to this.
He has to be alone.
Yeah, he has to be. He has
That's
to be.
amazing.
Maybe he lets the kid watch every now and then, but I think he has to be alone otherwise.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Buddy, thank you so much for hopping on with us this morning.
We got to get his score though on Kansas City.
Yeah,
Cincy.
what's your score on Kansas City, buddy?
My score was similar. I had 35-30.
Nice.
I just don't. I just think that ankle's going to give way at some point. I don't want to say give way. I think it's going to hinder
It's going to hinder.
it at some point. But
And yours?
31-28.
31-28.
We're both going with Cincy.
yeah. Hey, before I jump off here, man, how much snow do y'all have?
What did we get? 2 to 3?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
we
we didn't
more
get
than
very
that?
much.
Yeah, we
Not
didn't get what
much.
they anticipated us getting.
Oh, yeah. 30 degrees right now, light snow, wet roads. The roads are fine this morning, by the way.
Totally.
Should have let off with that this morning. But, yeah, absolutely fine. I mean, this is just, some
Not
crust.
in all locations. The
Right.
temperature is lower in some locations. It has been raining.
Yes.
They're getting a mixed precipitation. The drive lane on the interstate is reported as good. The last time, because I was just on Agency of Transportation before we went live. The passing lane in many locations, they got to go both directions. It takes a little time. We got
Yeah.
a lot of road to cover. Slushy, hard crust, a little bit slick. And so they are saying speeds right around 60 this morning is kind of safe, but the passing lane is to be avoided a little bit in some locations.
And it just takes some time to get your car started, let your windshield
Exactly.
thaw off, because there's a pretty good amount of thick crust on there. I ripped the windshield wiper right off of my car this morning.
And
so-
I say, this is what I say. I say if there's snow in the driveway, you might want to leave it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let the snow soak up this shit that's out there right now.
Right.
So that your driveway doesn't become a bottle, because then you got to sand or salt the driveway, and then you drag all that crap inside. And
Yeah, of course.
Then you got to vacuum, and you got to mop, and
That's
you got to
true.
do all those
See,
things.
Autry doesn't miss any of that. None of it.
You're right. I don't miss it. I will say that we did have a tornado about 10 miles from my house.
Whoa.
Yes.
Last night?
Yeah, last night, and it didn't touch down, but it got everybody good and freaked out. I would take a snowstorm over a tornado any day.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'm
Oh, sure.
I'm happy to hear your voice this morning.
Yeah. Oh, we're good.
Everybody's safe though. Everybody's okay.
Yeah, it stayed in the air. It never touched down.
Good.
We,
Good.
we had weather alerts and stuff. So I was thinking. I told Becca, I'm like, this is the moment where I wish we had snow.
Yeah.
So, but hey, by the way, before I go, JD, you got some explaining to do. You hate Jelly Bean with a passion. This rabbit, you hate this rabbit with a passion. You've complained to Raylene and I for years. And the other day, if I could post it, I would do it. You sent me a picture of you cuddling with Jelly Bean the rabbit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I need that picture, Chris.
I'm gonna look it up.
You
while
need
I'm-
to send it to me in Messenger.
No
man.
idea what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
He takes Jelly Bean in the car with him for rides too, just so that you know.
It's my,
what?
it's my
your
daughter's bunny rabbit. Occasionally, we'll take him for a ride in the car.
Jelly
Chris, you
Bean
gotta
gets to go in the car.
Chris, you have to get out of the house during the winter, buddy. I mean, the seasonal affective disorder and depression is real. You need to get out of the house and have a change of scenery. So if you were a rabbit, wouldn't you want to go for a car ride during January, February?
Listen,
have a heart, buddy.
I'm just saying, all this talk about Jelly Bean, man, all this talk about Jelly Bean, and here you are. I'm trying to post the picture right now.
You're scaring poor Lori. She has no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, usually he's talking about that's what's going to be his game day meal is Jelly Bean. He fantasizes about putting Jelly Bean in the crock pot.
It's a true statement. That's absolutely true. I'm going to post this picture in a minute.
But speaking of bunny rabbits, do you still have your suit? Did you bring it with you, or did you leave it at the church?
He showed up here in a bunny rabbit suit one day.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I left it at the church.
Well, that's good. But that's good.
It should still be at the church.
Right. So they'll hopefully be able to use it. Yeah.
Right.
That's awesome.
Autry, before we let you go here, closing comment that just came in from Jerry Portress saying Chris Autry will be on the cover as sexiest man.
I know, right?
Over and out, buddy. We love you, man.
As long as I could be standing next to Jerry arm in arm, we can share the award.
Yeah, you need some help from Jerry.
The two of you would just.
Listen, I'm going to be watching these games this weekend. I've got notes on both of you, and I will be verbally attacking one of you.
Oh gosh!
Via text this weekend. So heads up. All right.
Bring it. Hey, I'm posting that picture right now.
Yeah, whatever.
Thank you, Chris.
Chris, have a great day. Great chatting with you.
Y'all too. It's good to see you. Love you guys, man.
Love you too.
Love you too.
He's such a nut. He's a
I
love
great
him.
Guy.
We got
great guy.
I want to talk about this because, and Shep, you got something to talk about too, about little Marcus Bisson. But first, let's talk about his grandma.
His grandma, and who many of us know and love greatly. Kathy Wellbridge, who was she's worn many hats, and first of all, she's been a mom to many. I will just say that she has children, but she has really been a mom to so many. She's just an incredible lady, but she has brain cancer, and she's really tough battle. And so she was this waitress at Soup and Greens for a really long time, a lot of years. She has left Soup and Greens and is now at Wayside because Soup and Greens is no longer. And while she's in the hospital and fighting greatly, the Wayside has started a fundraiser. And they have invited all of us to go on Monday, January 30th. A large percentage of the evening meal proceeds will be given to Kathy. And so if you can make it down to the Wayside and give it, have a meal that night and know that a big percentage is going to go right to Kathy.
Yeah.
And we have the GoFundMe that we've been sharing that is up there as well. And you can make donations at the Wayside as well if you would like. You can just make a check payable to her. But this is the ad in this week's World. It's also on our Facebook page. Pretty incredible lady, though. And this is a family that has gone through absolute hell.
Yeah. Nonstop.
Kathy had cancer. She kicked its ass and was doing good. Yeah. And then, as many know, her grandson, Marcus Bisson, has been fighting cancer for over a year now, I believe. And she always right there by his side. And her cancer came back, and it came back differently. And yeah.
And we got word of this, right after this parade.
Right after the parade.
We all did for Marcus.
We did the parade for Marcus, saying, and, there was a lot of excitement, and she was there. She was at the parade, and things changed quickly. And, she needs us. So.
And Lori, Spalding is doing something for
Yeah, Spalding this week, the whole entire week, it's called Nights of Hope, Make-A-Wish Vermont. And we're challenging Tide Nation to make wishes come true for Marcus Bisson, who was at the girls' game on Tuesday night. Him and his family came out to half court. And so we're asking you to deck yourselves out in pink or gold. Gold is a symbol for childhood cancer. Leave a donation in honor of a loved one. And grab a handful of Legos for our Tide Nation Challenge in support of Marcus and his family. So before the game started the other night, we gave Marcus, his whole family came out to half court. We gave him some Tide swag. The U32 team had a gift for him as well. They gave us bracelets supporting Marcus. And what an outstanding young man. Just an outstanding young man. So that was the girls' game on Tuesday night. Unfortunately, the boys' game got canceled last night due to the weather, but we've still got a lot on tap this week. Tonight from 6 to 9 is a wrestling match at Spalding High School. So come out and get your Legos, give your donations at the door for Marcus. And on Saturday, it's doubleheader hockey at the BOR. 3:15, the girls' game on tap with CVU, followed by the boys' game at 5:15, the puck drops, where the SHS boys will be taking on CVU. So come out and support Marcus and his family. This young man is absolutely amazing. Big smile on his face as he comes out to half court.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, next
He's
year...
always smiling.
Yeah.
Every time we
Always.
have been with him. We did the event at Vermont Quick Lube.
Yeah.
And he came and hung out with us for a while there. That was with us, Vermont Quick Lube, and Washington County Mental Health.
That's right.
And he stopped to visit us that day, and
Yeah.
he was fresh out of the hospital, I believe,
He was.
that day.
Yeah.
And the same with the parade. When we did the parade with him, fresh out of the hospital, it was literally their
Hadn't
homecoming.
even been home yet.
Yeah, literally their homecoming, and the kid is always smiling.
Always smiling.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of stuff, we goof around, we have fun, we do a lot of entertaining on these microphones.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the kind of stuff that matters more to me going into these mics than anything
Absolutely.
else that we've
Puts
got.
life in perspective.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
big
It
time.
really
This
does.
community, Central Vermont knows how to rally behind any of us who are suffering, whether you're Kathy, whether you're older, or whether you're a youngin'. We pull together.
And he has no idea what he did to those girls' basketball teams the other night. The energy in that gym, because of Marcus. I turned around and looked at the girls, Tanya and I did, after the whole ceremony before the game, and they were amped up. They were ready to play for him. The energy on both benches that night, and that gym was packed. It was amazing. It was amazing to be there, just to be standing on the sidelines watching this unfold. It was amazing.
That's what makes me, I think, the most proud of living here and the way we are. I mean,
right.
we, as everybody says, as a community, but really as a state, we rally behind each other, and I think that here especially, there's a lot to be said for small town and the way we just hold each other, even if there's all lines are crossed when it comes to
Absolutely.
somebody that needs us, and
Right.
it just, and to have kids doing that, and teenage kids and kids, it just gives me hope that it's not all lost, and we're going to be okay.
And if your kids turn out to be just fine and healthy and whatnot, at the absolute least, you've taught them going forward. You're creating their legacy.
Empathy, compassion.
Empathy.
Empathy and compassion.
Yeah, I mean,
for
Pay it
others.
forward.
Yeah.
Empathy is the word, though.
Yeah.
Raylene's
Of
right.
course.
Empathy.
Yep, spot on.
it's huge.
Yeah.
So
Good stuff. Any other local games worthy of mention here?
Well, the boys got canceled last night, which is unfortunate because our Spalding High School boys basketball team is sitting as the number 1 ranked team right now at 9-0.
wow.
On the season.
Damn.
And they have completed, sorry Montpelier, but they have completed a season sweep against the Montpelier High School Solons, who are the back-to-back defending champs.
Wow.
And Montpelier beat Spalding in the Final Four last year at the odds. So
there's a push.
they've gotten that little monkey off the back, and they are dominating this year. And I've called a lot of their basketball games this year, and they play unselfish basketball. They play it the right way. They don't just have it on the offensive end. They play it on the defensive end, and it's team defense. They're so unselfish. It's that one extra pass when they get out in transition. And don't count out the Montpelier Solons. They sit as the 5th seed right now at 6-3. They play a very tough schedule throughout the season. So we've got good local sports. The Spalding girls basketball team, they're sitting as the number 3 seed right now.
Nice.
Record of 10-2. Big game the other night against U32. Both squads played outstanding basketball. Spalding was able to squeak that one out 38-31. So we're in the second half of the season. Spalding girls hockey team ranked number 1 right now.
Wow.
12-0. 12-0 on the season.
I swear, if you live in the middle of the hills in Vershire and you're quiet enough, you might be able to hear the BOR.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, it's just ripping up there.
It is. And the U32 boys hockey team sitting at number 2 in Division 2 with a record of 8-1. So local sports is where it's at. We're in the second half of the season, so everybody get out and support your local high school teams. And sitting right here in Barrie, there's a lot going on at Spalding High School.
A ton.
And Derek Cipriano, the AD, is just beaming, and we're going to get him on the show one of these days.
We have to. We need to get Carl Parton back in here.
Absolutely.
Of course, CVTsport.net. He's running a lot of these games.
He 100%.
And you're calling with him on a lot.
Calling with him. I think he gets upset with me sometimes because I'm helping Tanya as well, so I don't get to call as many games. Well, I get upset too because it's great sitting next to Carl
You need to
Parton.
put it in your contract. I mean, there's got to be some compensation here.
But Carl Parton, and I said this last time I was on your show, he has taught me so much. What that man does for high school sports is off the charts. CVT Sports will be at every game, anywhere, any night. I don't know if his wife ever sees him. I really don't.
Right.
I don't know if Sonia ever sees him because he is in a high school somewhere or at VTC as well.
How he's doing that, working a full-time gig, I don't know.
He's amazing. He is amazing. I hope I get to call a game with him tomorrow night. We'll be up at U32 for the boys' game for CVT Sports.
And Michael Deering, what a whacked-out sicko he is. I mean, he can't help but go live on his phone during some of these games. He gets so worked up.
But that's good. Energy he has. As I walked into our gym for a game with Randolph last week, and Deering was getting the camera all set up, and he's yelling to me, and he's hooting and hollering. That man, he pumped me up for the game.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Just absolutely amazing.
And I want to say that, too. So many people are asking us all the time, what is going on this weekend? What is going on this week? What can we do with our kids? What's happening that's fun that we can do with our kids? Go to a game.
Go to a game.
It's exciting. There's a lot of like hooting and hollering and clapping. And so even if you don't know what the hell's going on, there's no way that you will not enjoy yourself. So go to a game, support the local teams, let them see if they're younger, what it's all about and what they could do when they get big. If they, what I want to do. We're asked all the time about that.
I want to go to a game and stand right next to Lori Shepard and say, "What's going on now? What's this? What's that about? What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?"
I heard that she has a wicked right hook too. I'm just letting you know right now.
I could sit next to her on the couch. We could watch football. What's first and down mean? What is this? What's the ball?
We are going to watch we are going to watch some sports together, my
Will we?
friend. Oh yeah.
Will you just
Over at Gusto's.
break it down?
Gusto's or the Quarry. Let's hit it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can break things down.
Yep.
Yes.
Will DJ Hardaker be there?
And can we give a shout out to DJ, because this is really
Please.
bothering him that
Yes.
we keep saying I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yes.
It's really bothering him.
Yes, it
but
is.
but yes, I'm a diehard, long-suffering Miami Dolphin fan. But DJ, who was by your side for that game against Tampa?
Amen.
And who had Cowboys swag on? I did. So I may be a diehard Dolphin fan at heart, but my heart bleeds a little bit for you and the Cowboys.
That's
and
about as best of a friend as you could
absolutely.
possibly.
I would go to the ends of the earth for
Yes.
that man.
Even wear some cowboy swag.
He's not happy right now that I have a Steelers jersey on right now. I can guarantee you.
on.
But maybe next time I'll wear a Cowboys. There's a lot to go around.
Yeah, you never
A
know.
lot of swag to go around.
My buddy Frankie, who's a Cowboys fan,
Yes.
similar to DJ, has a winter hat that is a Cowboys helmet
Got it.
with the face
With the
shield.
face.
Yes.
So my sister's
sad.
Autrey would love this. My sister will full attire Steelers, earrings, sweatpants, shirt, you name it. My sister.
One lip yellow, one lip black.
But if they're losing at half, complete change.
What?
Just into regular street clothes.
Yeah,
oh
like-
yeah, she's
What? What
She
if
gets
it's a close
pissed.
game?
She
What if it's
gets-
31-30 at the half?
maybe she'll let it go. She'll probably let it go. But if they're not playing well, she, like Raylene just said, she gets pissed and it just done with the swag.
Wow.
Oh yeah, she's worse
Like
than I.
go upstairs and slam the door in the
Yep,
bedroom and
you got it.
I don't want to talk to
It's
anybody.
like my sister. You got it. Yep, 100%.
My God.
Yep.
So I
Die
have,
hard.
I have some
Yeah.
breaking stuff to share.
Yeah, please.
Before, because I know we have to wrap up
Yeah.
here, but Chris just tuned out and he
Oh, we're gonna get this on the. I love it.
Come on. Is that necessary?
Thanks, Chris.
We really need to do that?
Come on, that's great. JD, that's great.
I don't know what's this about? What?
look at that face.
Come on, that's great stuff to
We're
end
outta
with.
here.
That's
We're outta
great.
Thanks for coming in, Lori.
Have a
My
great day,
pleasure.
everyone.
Thanks, Autrey. We love you. And thanks to DJ Hart. Are we going to get DJ in
We
here?
will get DJ in here.
And Tanya?
Absolutely.
And Tanya?
Absolutely. And Sue
Yeah,
Duke.
yeah, you
We're
got
going to get the whole band together.
For really, you will. Yeah, you'll just take a seat over there in the corner.
I'll
I'm
get
telling
up.
you what, you get all of them together.
I'll
and
go
you
home
might
and
as well-
take a nap.
You just
do
run the
know-
mics.
You do know that Tanya's going to want that seat.
Yeah,
She's going to want your seat, JD.
Yeah.
She will.
yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.